Let's have a look. Bed. That looks nice. Interesting. I like it. Oh, yes. I get on my fingers. Just need something. But Oh, no. No, definitely not that. No. Yeah. That's an idea. Oh, yeah. That also, yeah. Oh, yeah, that also. So much to do. Let's see. Can I do this? I think so. Yeah, let's do it. So, you want to try your hand at DIY, basically doing it yourself. Well, problem with that is, you first need to know what the hell you're doing. So, first ask yourself the question, do I know what I'm doing? Or do I know what I'm about to be doing? If you answer no to any of the two questions before, get help. Get somebody who knows what the hell they're doing to help you or do it for you. Don't go doing some stupid shit. Don't go doing things that you might regret. You are going to be working with power tools or sharp objects. This could cause injury. This could cause a loss of limbs, especially when it comes to your hands. These are important in our days and lives, and this is our income. If you lose your fingers, maybe one or two is not a bad thing, but if you lose your hand, you're screwed. So please be careful. This is a DIY project, so do not do anything if you're not sure what the hell you're doing. Like me. So you've decided to buy a new bedroom set, or any other furniture that you like to basically have in your house. But what if you want to add some helpful features to it to make your technology life a little bit better? Well, we recently purchased a new bedroom or bed set, and as you can see, well, you might not see sometimes, but as you will realize, we've got a couple of headphones and charging stuff, or especially for our phones and our tablets and other technology stuff that we'd like to basically integrate into the bed set. So here's a sort of a how-to integrate some technology into your bedroom set or in other furniture. Have a look. Now, first thing you'll need to notice is you have to have a look at the furniture that you're basically planning to upgrade. So basically, have a look, get an idea of how it looks, what its design, its diameters are, what its sizes are, the features. Like this one's got a hidden panel behind your cushions, so you can actually put stuff away. And since it's a gas lift, so all the other stuff is stored underneath. So yeah, first get a feel for what you're going to be working with, and then the planning starts. So first we start off with making a list of what we need, well, what we want to basically include in our build. So first thing for us, we need places to put our chargers. So 2 of those. We need a place to put, sorry for me knocking this tripod a bit, but so we need another thing where we need to basically have chargers, USB for other devices, 2 of those. We'll most likely need some other power board to feed all of this, maybe 1. We'll figure out how many sockets it needs afterwards, but basically based on these 2, you're looking at already 4 power sockets needed, and maybe something to hook the headphones, so 2 headphone hooks. Let's say 1 hook for my wife's hairdryer, and what else could it be? Maybe 2 stands for tablets. Yeah, I think that should be a minimum for what we need. Now, based on this and what we know about the furniture we're working with, we can draw a couple of ideas for how we're going to basically do this. So, first drawing, let's say that is the open section and the closed section with those little doors, and this is the bed section. So what we could do is, since I'm going to have 2 chargers for cell phones and our watches, so we're using watches like these, is I can either place them here at the edges far away, or possibly there. So depending on the cord length, I might have to place them either way. Chargers for USBs I would place inside these closed areas. So again, I could either put them this side against the side, so you can get your cables out there, or even this side, depending on the length of cable needed to connect to the power board. Now the power board I would most likely hide on the back side underneath here, in the middle somewhere. Now I already know I'm definitely needing 4 power points, and I might need an extra one for, say, a hair dryer, so 5 here. So almost at least go for 6 or more. So I have at least 1 extra one for in case something else is added to the recipe or the configuration. Stands can be, like I said, can be placed inside so the tablets can stand while they're charging, even for e-readers and such like that. So yeah, based on what you want, you can basically design all inside. So you can have multiple designs drawn out. So you can go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to go this side, place these here, there, and my iPad's there, or whatever combinations you want to do, or even put the power board there, however you want to do it. Based on this, you have to allow yourself to identify, give yourself at least enough plans so you can backtrack and change where needed. Never commit fully to one plan. That's usually a bad idea. If you commit to one plan, then something needs to change due to either you didn't take in consideration the cable length for a charger or USB charger, or the power board's own cable is too short to reach anywhere. You might need to adjust your plan slightly. So never commit fully. First thing you have to do now is, based on what you need, get what you need to buy what you need for your build. Let's have a look at that. So first item on the list we needed, and I've retrieved now, is something we already have. It is a Belkin dual charge stand. Now this stand is used for both our watches and our phones. Sorry about that, a little bit of dust. Yes, dirty people, but yeah. So this is the first item, and since I know the cables are quite longish for these, I'd be safe to say, yes, I would do the installations for these in the open areas above there. So that means for these, since it's using a small little plug to get in there, I might get away with drilling a small hole in the corner areas there for the cables to come through. And then somehow routing the cable back here, routing it to the power board. So that's the first item. Done. Another item on the list, USB chargers, or basically power. So if we have anything that needs USB power to work or USB charging, this is what we want. I got, well, it's not the latest quick charge technology, but it'll do. So this I ordered from a local retailer, and yes, all links to where I bought these will be available in the description, but as usual this is Australian sources and some from eBay, but yes, they will be on there. I'll try and link something to Amazon also if possible, but yeah. So have a look at this here, have a look here. The box is in a little sleeve, so I have to get it out first. I hate these sleeve boxes. So, opening this up, having a look at this for the first time, we now have to see what we're working with. Now, the charging unit in its little pouch, I'm not going to take it out now. So it's got a double type, longish, wideish type power cord entry. And the cable is in here. Now this doesn't look like a massively long cable, but it might be long enough. Since the cabinet is not too wide, this could work. Now you can see it's Australian, so sorry Americans. We do stuff our way. So I'm going to basically put this back here. So I'm not going to work with it right now. I'm going to wait for everything before I start the process. But yes, based on what I can see the cable length is, plan is as follows. Also, in the corners, cables should be long enough to reach going out. So again, smallish hole in a corner there should be enough to get it in. And I'll most likely affix this on the side with heavy duty Velcro pads. So what we need here is also 2 times Velcro pads. Well, actually I don't need heavy duty, maybe normal Velcro pads. And for the power brick or power board, definitely Velcro pads, because I want to be able to remove it easily if I do decide to get rid of the furniture at a later stage. So they will be heavy duty. So now we still wait for the rest. Okay, cool. We've received another part, this time from eBay. Our headphone hooks. Now, this is definitely 3D printed. You can see that. I just decided to go for white since it's against a white cabinet. And it comes with its own little dual-sided 3M stick. Now, since I'm not too fussed about this, I would use this to fix it to the cabinets on the sides. And yes, if I have to remove it, I'll basically just have to unfortunately peel it loose with a little bit of a hairdryer use, hot air use, but not too much of an issue. And this one's got a little funky extra. You can have a side hook if you need to hook anything, although it won't work too much if you hook it on, say, the left hand side of the cabinet, since, well, you can't really hook anything much against a cabinet. On the right hand side, my wife's side, she will have an extra hook that's possibly going to be useful for her. But yeah, I digress. I don't give a shit. So what we know is we will have our hooks on side here for our headphones. Cool. Now, one thing we already have, my wife has actually bought a hook for a hairdryer, and she has affixed it on the lower end here. So there's a little hook for her hairdryer hanging over there. the cable should be long enough to basically run from the back underneath up there. Well, it works out, so I'm glad. Now all we need to wait for is we've got this, we've got that, we've got a power board. I'm just gonna bought a normal power board from Bunnings. For the guys from Australia who are watching this, Bunnings was my source for the power board. A normal Arlec 6-point headphone hooks. We've got dry hooks. We've got some old stands, little wire stands for our tablets. I just need to go get some Velcros and some cable management hooks. Now for cable management, this is what we're going to be doing. I'm just going to take this out of the shot so we can focus on cable management. Now I'm going to draw this again from the back end. So let's say this is the back end of the cabinet. Working like that. Now this is the back end. That's the middle divide. And that's the horizontal or vertical divide. Now I know I'm going to be drilling a hole there and there. I'm going to be drilling a hole there and there. So I've got two ways of doing this. I've got a power board there also. Two ways. I can manage the cable this way to there, this way to there, this way to there, and this way to there. Having two extra ports open, which will most likely be for I can either manage it, but the hairdryer I would like to keep it loose because it needs to be able to easily extend around and such. So maybe I'll just plug it in and let it hang. It does irk me slightly. I don't like loose hanging cables, but it's my wife's. But anyway, for the power brick, I want the cable to come down here. And so I'll most likely have to have some cable management ties for the thicker cables down here. Or it can even go down that way, depending on the power location. Although I know the power location is more my side, so I'm going to do it this way. So I need two brackets for that. So cable management will have 2 times thick cable, thick brackets. Yeah, I know I chicken scratch, because I usually don't give a shit about writing. I just make short notes and I can figure out what I did. The cables are already with this, so all I need is some smaller, maybe a packet of 20 small cable clips. Alright, so I'll basically need to get this organized. Well, most likely eBay is going to be easiest for this too. So we will continue this after I've received that stuff and this stuff. So one of the first things we want to do is actually affix these headphone hangers against the side of the bed head. Now, after consultation with your significant other, you figure out where you want to place it and how it would look with said headphones on them. For this one, we've decided to go roughly like this. So that's where I'll be fixing it. As you can see, that's the hairdryer hanger that my wife decided to buy and put it against the side in the middle here. It's got a easy removal tab, so it actually pulls away. So easy removal afterwards if you want to remove it. Well, we've now moved on to actually doing the difficult stuff. I'm going to apologize for the sound and the lighting. This room is a bit darkish, and I don't have a PowerPoint for my light at the moment, so yeah, unfortunately this is the best I can do. But now what we're going to do is, you're going to need a drill bit. Now for this is wood, so I need a wood drill bit, and I measured it against the power cord plugs that we're going to go through this backboard. Now 10mm is the largest I have, and it just fits one of the chargers for the phone and the watch. But for the USB charge dock, charge unit, I'm going to have to drill 2 holes next to each other and just basically clean it up a bit. So this is going to be, I'm going to show you how to do this. Although, since you can see, there's not a real lot of access to work with, like my cordless drill there, I'm going to have to do this from the back. What we have to do is, we have to do this slowly. We don't want to rip the wood and make it look bad and look all fucked up. So do it slowly and you will get a good result. So before I start even, what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you how we basically decide and basically mark where you're going to drill. Now for the holes for the top chargers for the phone and watch, you're going to take this, because your drill bit has like a pilot drill bit, or actually just a stabbing point, and you're going to basically try and figure out where you would like to put your hole, so it's not too close to the sides or the bottom, and easy to access. And remember, you will be drilling at an angle, so make sure that at least when you go down, it's not going to basically catch anything that you don't want to be catching. When you found the location, you just basically press a bit and basically hand drill a bit, so you can actually see where it goes. So next time when you give me your drill, it'll already have a hole to just go through with. So now we drill. Again, holding it at an angle, sliding the point into the hole that you made, slowly, basically just take it and slowly accelerate. Might need to add a bit more torque. Just reverse it out the hole. So there is like a cardboard material, but at least there's a cleanish hole. We can just vacuum that up and it'll look good. Well, since the back, I can only do the lower ones from the back, I'm going to have to basically judge it, but I'm going to basically do it top and bottom style. So I'm going to have to think about where it will basically the bottom be. So I'm estimating it's going to be right about here, based on the hole on the top that I drilled basically before. So I'm going to have to basically, sorry for the word basically so many times, think about putting it there and then going up a bit. Yeah, or just there. So again, slowly. Now, let's see on the inside. See, as you can see, I actually did it quite well. My guess as well, a little bit higher than I wanted to originally, but hey, it works. So now all I have to do is basically drill a hole basically below it. So let me put it. Wish me luck. So there we have it. Dual hole. Now, this you basically have to repeat on every side that you're going to basically do this. Hopefully you don't going to get totally confused with all of this, but yeah. Basically, repeat on the other side. So as we can see, holes made on this side. And on that side. Now for the test fitting. First I'm going to test the power adapter for a phone and watch charger. Let's see if it goes through the hole. Nice. Easy. Too easy. So that's perfect. Now for the other one. Now let's see if the other one fits. This being the adapter for the USB multi-charger. Hey, snug fit, but I guess if a little wiggling it should fit perfectly. Just push it through, and yes, we have success. So yes. The hole is just big enough. So now that we've test fitted the holes, I'm going to basically now first and foremostly fit the USB charger. Now for making it sit against the side, I'm going to use basically stick-on Velcro tabs. Easy to fit, easy to remove afterwards, so it's not permanent and such. So what I'm going to do is first push the power cord again through, this time untangled, and have it ready to assemble. Now comes the power brick itself, or the charger. First I have to get it out of its silicone. Check it. Okay. So much for unboxing. Ooh, that new feel. Okay. Now this, it's got a USB Type C charge point, normal Type A charge points, and one quick charge point. Now I'm thinking of actually putting it like that against the side. So you take your brick, and you have to take your Velcro pads. Now for me, I'm going to put the loops on the side against which it should stick. So these are coming out 2 loops. If I can just show you. No, sorry. 2 tabs of loops. And on the other side, 2 tabs of hooks. I have to first get it out. 2 hooks, hook and loop. Now what I'm going to do is basically affix the hooks to the side of the brick. And these are heavy duty Velcro, so they won't just come off based on weight. That easily they can handle quite a bit of weight. Alright. Now, to make it work, stick the Velcro loops on the hooks so they are there where they're supposed to be. So you can see it's quite some good quality loops. Velcro's bloody awesome. Best thing ever. Now remove the sticky backing, cover, so the sticky backing is exposed. Now don't get this stuck on the side just yet. So we're going to go down. We're going to first push in the cord, so it is in. And we know it's going to work. And then, well, be very careful. This will stick quite strongly. So I'm gonna basically put it in the middle, right there, and push it against the side. Just press hard on it so it distributes the weight and gets nice and tight against the side. Strong Velcro. Pull the cable a bit so it doesn't look too unneat. And there you go. One brick in. Test the door. See, that's what we're doing. We've got a foul of a door. So, this is where you have to be very careful. Thankfully it's not set yet, so you can remove it. So this is learn from my mistake. Be careful. Now since we now know that actually comes down quite a bit, I need it to basically go either to the back or up a bit. So what to do. I guess we're going to go as far back as possible and in the middle. So we've got enough clearance at the top to push cables into it. And again, press hard to distribute the pressure and get the sticky backing to fix against the surface. Yeah, good. it's all in. And doesn't fail. Fell with the mechanism. Awesome. Now, upstairs. So, if you want to actually see, it's down there somewhere. There you go. A little bit easier to see. But yeah. Now, let us start with the easy bit. Now, this charger is easy because it's just basically the base. Where I want to put the base, push the power cable through. Push it in. And place. There you go. Now that is easily done. So, that side is done. And so is that side. Now we go to the back. Well, last part of behind is to fit the power board. Now, I decided to go for a 6-port since there's 4 devices being charged, and I like to have at least 2 ports additionally open for other stuff. You never know what you might add at a later stage. So, since there's a flat side on the other side, I'm not in a mood for drilling something. I'm going to be using, you guessed it, Velcro, and put this on the other side. So, here we go. I'm going to use the hook spots first. Well, the nice thing about using Velcro is if I want to change it around, pull it up, stick it back on. Quite easy. Quite more user friendly than having just fix it one side and then having to struggle to re-affix it, drill new holes or whatever. So yeah, Velcro is my favorite and always will be, especially heavy duty Velcro. So again, loops on the back, peel off the sticky protectors. Find the spot you want to work with, somewhere preferably in the middle, and then just twist and stick. So that basically fixes it to the back. Now, I will be running this on the, well, first I have to see how far these cables will get to it. See, the one for the USB can reach up to the middle, and the one for the phone charger, same. So I will be doing some cable management at the back here also, just to tidy up things. But first things first, let's just push these in. So that's why you use heavy duty, so you can actually fit it and it doesn't tear off due to the weight. all nice and tidy. Now I'm going to supply it some power and see if it works. Well, the first thing I can use to see if it works is to push in another extension in the back here that I'm using for the stuff. I just have to pull out that part and then press this in at the end. See, that's why you have additional ports on a bar brick for things like this. Now this is used for lights and stuff on the bed table and such. So I'm going to go test this. And the bed table's light is coming on. So now the brick has got the power board is power. Now to test if the items connected to it is working. So first we're going to test the cell phone charger. I'm using my wife's phone, and yep, it's getting power. So that one is working. Now for the other side. Test number 2. Phone on charger. Yep, it's working. Actually, nice to put it in silent mode. Well, since I've got a USB fan to test the USB block, let's see if it works. Yep, seems to be working fine. One down, let's test the other one. Well, like before, we push in the USB fan, and yes, it is working. So we know the chargers are up and running. Well, since the cables are loose hanging, and I do not really love loose hanging cables, I decided I'm going to have to do some cable management. Well, as you can see, these small ones are for the long cables, and these are for the power cables. So, let me do this. So to recap, power board, first loop, second loop, and third loop. This will be done on the other side also for the other power cables. So now to fix them. So the main power cable is routed on that side. On this side for the extension, it's too short, so it's not going to work, but I basically left the loop hooks there so I can use it if I ever swap this around. So they're already installed and ready to use whenever. So my OCD for cable management is done. Yeah. It's all routed. That's fine. So you should see all the cables basically all matched.